We now have 98 days left of 213 to build a replica Titan II missile that you can live in. Tell us what we're building, what you're building.
Okay, so what we're about to do is we need something to lay our template and our sheet of aluminum on. So we're going to build basically another table. Hopefully it'll be a little more productive for us.
I'm hoping all of you are going to be more productive.
Yeah.
Rob, you've been really productive.
I have done.
I appreciate today. Rob's contribution was getting gravel into these stands. What do you think the chances are this thing's operational by August 1st?
0.
We're doing the inaugural drilling of the holes. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000.
Slowing down. Can you hear it drill slowing?
Yeah, it popped. So far the template is working well. What we did find out, we believe, is our air compressor is way too small. After about 10 drills, 10 to 15 holes, it's just got way too little pressure. It's a 4 SCFM, and we're likely gonna have to go buy, there's about a $1,400 one that is basically 4 times that size. Because what we want to do is run dual drilling. And then, because remember, not only are we drilling this, once we have this formed in, then our supports that are going in these locations, also this becomes the template to go through. So then you cleco and rivet. So there are, while we're saying we have 50,000 rivets, we're actually drilling 100,000 holes. We're starting off the day with a road trip. We have to get more tools. The problem we encountered yesterday during our testing is we're using pneumatic drills because they're faster, lighter. It's really great. The downside is they use a lot of air. So the air compressor we have at home isn't nearly have the capacity to handle it, especially since I did some quick math, and we're gonna end up drilling about 100,000 holes. So being able to run multiple drills simultaneously is extremely helpful. We're at Harbor Freight. They may not let us record inside, so we'll see. But here is our shopping list. If we read the directions to this, it will not be on camera. It's always one fitting you forget. It's always just one. So we incorrectly assumed that this was 1/2 inch because it looks like 1/2 inch, but it's actually, this is a 3/8, or this is a 1/4 inch hose, but this is not a 1/4 inch connector. Anyway, wrong size. And then for the big hose, this is gonna come from the main, from the air compressor, and then split off here. No fitsties here either, so you just need to get a reducer for that. But then we'll have 2 hoses at least come off the splitter. And then for the template, we'll run 2 drills simultaneously. And that big air compressor should be able to handle all of that. That's gonna be interesting. That hurts after a little bit.
We've got a little bit thinner aluminum than what we have on the basic shell. I'm just going to cut some 3.5-inch strips right now, so that'll give us our pieces to connect each section together. You know, of course, those will have holes drilled in them and riveted along with everything else. So let's get to it. We got our 3 pieces cut.
Brian's unscrewing the legs off of this because this whole platform is, we're going to put it down to the ground. Just a lot safer that way when we get to start working this aluminum. Just an easier platform to work off of. But it ought to be somewhat interesting to try to get this down because we got crap all around it. Okay, so this is on the ground. Now gives us a much safer place to work. We've been building up to this.
Yeah.
We're on day 92, is that what I said?
Yeah.
We got 92 days left. I think you and I really started at about 105, so all the tooling and everything we've been working through and working on hopefully is going to pay off. We're going to find out here pretty soon. So what we're doing now is just a test. We're taking some of these curves and we're going to clamp these together here at the top and just see if we can actually force this to curve with clamping. Okay. So, yeah, Rob, looked like you're doing something constructive and talking to people with authority. So, yeah, so it did take the curve, but as we mentioned in the very last video, the middle is going to be the problem. Lots of problems to solve. But as you can, let me see if we can get down here and see it. So that middle still has a huge gap in it. We got a couple problems solved. This top right here was not flush, so Brian put a chisel down there, which worked, but it's hard to see that gap at the bottom is different than the gap here at the top. So Brian came up with the idea, I don't know if you can see that, but basically a block on each side screwed from this back end. The hope is that when they pull on that, or tighten the clamp down, that we come in, that gap at the bottom tightens up. Okay, to catch everybody up, it looks like it worked. We kind of drew, it worked. We drew this together here. Now we're gonna put a 2x4 here, or sorry, here and here with a furniture clamp on the outside in the hope of pulling that, drawing that together. Well, today was fun. It was cool to kind of start getting this going, but definitely experienced some trouble in it. Overall, it's like I said before, it's kind of back to, you know, when you're trying to move or trying to curve this stuff, it's really hard to do on the ends. Again, this is very stiff material. For those of you that are aluminum technical, this is 2024 T3, which is really hard. Again, a 0.14 thick. As you can see, we got it to curve here by just building kind of a simple little form. It works fairly well at the bottom. Again, it gets curved pretty easily, but definitely in the middle is the challenge. Now we have some ideas on how to solve that. My bigger concern right now is, will the formers, which is that thing right there, will the formers hold this shape when we're done? I don't know the answer to that. I'm not super optimistic about it just because of how much force we had to put behind this. So what I'm back to now is seeing if I can find someone to roll this. The best quote I got in the state of Arkansas was about $15,000 to roll these, and even then he was like, well, I'll see if I can do it, which is, you know, if we have to go that route, we will, but a bit scary.
Hey, we're trying to see if someone can roll 0.14. Yeah, we're trying to find someone that can roll. We're looking for someone to roll 2024 T3. Okay, you guys don't do that. All right, thank you. We're just trying to find someone that can roll 4 foot wide aluminum, 0.14 thick. Really, you think you can do that? We're gonna come bring you 3 pieces, try this out.